Hey Rockstar, Steve aka Void here, and I want to go through the highlights from yesterday's episode of Pajama Jam. Now, if you missed the episode of Pajama Jam, that's totally cool. I broadcast that on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and if that's too early or too late for you, then that is what this video is for. I'm going to just post the link inside the chat box, and you should be able to, if you click that, then you'll be able to see the replay. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go through some of the things, the takeaways that I had from the episode, as well as show you some clips from the episode. So the first thing, the interesting part about this episode was that I was basically, and still kind of am, sick as a dog, and so I caught whatever my daughter had, and just the virus that she had from, I guess, from daycare, and so she got better, and then I just got smashed with the baby germs. So one of the interesting things is that sometimes seems like it's a bad thing. I mean, definitely when I was shivering and like I couldn't really keep my hands still. But yesterday that was fine. I took some Advil and it was fine. But the interesting part is sometimes when you're sick, because your brain doesn't have as much processing power, what happens is you end up playing better because you aren't thinking like crazy about all these different things. You aren't distracted because you only have a certain amount of energy. So sometimes I find that when I'm sick, when I'm under the weather, that's when I play my best. That's when I learn the fastest, because it's kind of like no BS. It's just sort of, I'm going to learn this and then that's it. So that was one of the takeaways that I had. The other takeaway was this song was easier than I thought it would be, just from the record. I mean, I've heard this song so many times. This is, as I mentioned in yesterday's broadcast, Aerosmith was one of my favorite bands growing up. I just loved that. And Eat the Rich was kind of like the first song I really, really liked, but I just never learned it on guitar. And when I listened to it yesterday before the session, I thought, like, this is going to be pretty challenging. I thought this is going to be like a lot harder than it actually was. So sometimes songs that, that sound difficult, sometimes they're actually, I don't want to say easy, but just easier than they seem. So that's another thing. And then one of the other things that the last takeaway was that I started learning the song with a clean tone. It's slightly overdriven, I guess, in some parts, tone rather than the distorted tone. And I did that because that allowed for me to hear everything that I needed to hear on the guitar as I was learning. And then after that, as you'll see inside the replay here, that I played the main riff dirty at the end. So let's go to my screen here and let's watch some of the episode. I'm gonna just play. So the first riff I got going again. The first riff I made sure. Yeah, so playing it clean like that really allowed for me to hear all of the nuances that I needed to, so that I could play the part perfectly in time, and get all the moves with there's some like chromatic stuff going on this one. So I just wanted to make sure that all the notes were clear and that the timing was clear and that the picking didn't sound sloppy or anything like that. So I wanted to make sure of that, and because I had the clean tone, I felt that was good. Now the only thing is that you could see 17 minutes and 37 seconds. So between me talking about what I'm thinking about as I was practicing and learning, this took about 13 minutes to learn this part, and I could have probably done it faster. So I wasn't sure if that was going to kind of screw me over inside the episode, because I only had 17 minutes now to learn the remaining riffs. So let's hear the next riff. So the next one, yeah, I thought this was going to be harder. This is the verse.
Cool. Okay. So
I thought that was going to be harder. The verse I thought would be, and it took me about 4 minutes to learn there. I probably could have done that in less time as well, but I like the strategy that I used to learn this part, and that's I think what helped me learn it quickly. So let's go to the next part. I used the looper for this one. Yeah,
Let's hear what this sounds like, both of
for
them.
the pre-chorus.
Cool.
Yeah, the looper really adds a lot to this. The looper makes it very easy to hear what both guitars are doing in the track. Like in the second part was easy. I could just learn that right off the cuff. So I put that inside the looper, and because of the steadiness of the bam 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 bam, I kind of acted like a metronome. So here I have 3 out of the 4 riffs that I wanted to learn in this song, and there's about this is where I caught up. There was about 9 minutes left, so I was feeling pretty confident about doing this. So here, let's go to the last one. This is the chorus.
Cool.
Yeah, that was fun. I like that riff. That part actually surprisingly was pretty tricky because up to speed, the slides on the power chords I thought were a little bit. I thought they'd be easier, but because of where they are and just the order of parts, it was a little bit confusing. So that took me a few minutes to get down. But I'm really happy with that. And then because there was some time left, I went with the distorted version of the main riff. So let's have a listen to that. Yeah, that was good. I mean, there was one slight little sort of clunk in there the second time. Let me see if I can actually go back here.
Yeah, cool. Sounds good.
So listen to the second time. Right here. Yeah, cool. Yeah, but who cares? Doesn't matter. If I'm standing on stage and I'm playing this, I'm not going to let that stop me, right? So, again, going through this part and going through it clean, learning it clean, and then afterwards the payoff of learning it with distortion, it really, really helped because, I mean, besides that little clunk there, whatever, that just happened because of whatever, that was just probably just for that time, but besides that little clunk, like, that riff sounded really good because I learned it clean first. Now, I'm not going to say that every single time, every riff you have to play it clean and then play it dirty. It's just a good habit to get into, to play it, to learn something cleanly so that you know that you're doing it right. And then the distortion will really just accentuate and amplify those good things rather than mask the bad things. Because sometimes if you have distortion, it'll mask the bad things and bad technique and sloppy technique. And so that's why often you'll see me on Pajama Jam learning the song with clean, and then if there's time at the end, then I'll play it with distortion afterwards. And it doesn't matter how heavy. I mean, I've done Pantera, Metallica. You know, it doesn't matter how heavy the part is. It's just it's more of an accuracy thing. Okay, so that is those are some of my takeaways from yesterday's episode. I really thought that it was a good episode because I liked the pacing of it. Like, it wasn't wouldn't say it was like the most exciting episode from the perspective of, like, there's been some real, like, Hotel California, that was an edge of the seat sort of just photo finish of trying to get that down in time. Like, there's some that ended up like that, but then there's some where it's just sort of under control and it's just getting the job done. And I thought that that's what I did yesterday on Pajama Jam with learning "Eat the Rich" by Aerosmith. I had a good time doing that. So I hope that you enjoyed the episode if you watched it live. And if you didn't watch it live, then definitely check the comment below. The link is in the comments below to see the episode, the replay. So check that out. You can even fast forward to where the clock starts at 30. Just watch all the way to the countdown till it ends and watch how I'm learning that. Again, it doesn't matter if you're learning Eat the Rich. What I want you to get out of the episode is learning how to learn. Okay, so just watching someone learn quickly and seeing what I do, what I don't do. Now, because I'm racing against the clock, there's certain steps that I might skip, but definitely I'm going through a sequence and I'm being strategic rather than just trying something over and over and over and over again. Okay, so what I'd love is, let me know your comments below if you have any questions about the episode, about any of the things that I mentioned in this video. Please let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. I answer all your questions, as well as in future videos, I take whatever you write and that influences future videos. All right, so I'm going to go rest up because there's still a viral mess happening inside my body, so I just need to kind of like chill out a little bit. But I wanted to make sure that I recorded this video so you saw the highlights from yesterday's episode. All right, so I will see you tomorrow. Take care.